What is going on, everybody? It's Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of UnSKripted. Listen, it's Tuesday night. You know what that means. I have some of the biggest, the baddest, the best wrestlers of today and yesteryear. And guess what? Tonight is no different. Why is tonight no different? Because this guy is a former USWA heavyweight champion, former NWA tag team champion. Listen, there's a lot of people who could rhyme really well, okay? There were some people who can rhyme, who can spit some bars. Now you have someone like a Max Caster. Before you had John Cena, and before even John Cena was this guy here, man. He was the originator of the Nation of Domination raps. How about that? Without further ado, former NWA tag team champion Wolfie D from PG-13. How are you, my man?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. It's great to have you on the show tonight.
Yeah, and it's so funny that I wrote that the whole Nation Domination rap. I wrote that, man, and they just kind of dick me on it.
How so?
Well, because okay, so I wrote it, went up there with Jim Johnson, and we wrote that and, did all that. But then on the ensemble of next year's stuff, which was like overseas, they just, they cut our voices out. And so in the USA, they didn't let our voices be in there. So
why didn't they do that?
Do what?
Why didn't they not do that? Why didn't they allow your voices to be on there?
I don't know why they did that. It's because they fired us or whatever. In the overseas version, I found this out in like 2008 that our voices were not in there. So, yeah.
I remember it was just, we are the Nation of Domination, but when y'all were there, y'all would come out and rap the, I don't remember it verbatim. We are a nation live and in color. Don't trust
as well bum rush your mother.
What's the rest? Because for real, we ain't playing.
Yeah.
What?
It was so fun, man. I I wrote that as we were going down the road, man, and me and Jamie would spit it back and forth.
Nice.
He was, man, Jamie was the worst. Promise you, promise you, he was horrible at like spitting it back and forth. And I had to tell him, okay, do this, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it was horrible.
Wow. All right, my man. You got some things to plug before we get into these questions, man. What do you got? What does Wolfie D do? Slash, who actually came back a couple of months ago on anniversary, Slam anniversary in TNA with.
Yeah, they called me up and said, "Would you come on here and do this?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, man!" You know, the TNA, I was an original, and I had absolutely 4,000 partners. Brian Lee was my favorite partner, and the one that we did everything with. It was so good, man. It was so good, and for them to bring me in there and like 2 seconds before we went out there, they said, all right, nobody's getting an intro except for Mitchell and Wolfie. I was like, what? Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Yeah. And yes, it was on the, the
pre-show.
Yeah, the pre-show. But to just have that little thing or whatever, and that was awesome, man.
It was. Yeah. It was. Yeah, and there were some heavy hitters. There were some originals. I mean, Shark Boy was the one who won it, and he still came out with everybody. But the last one who came out, the music came on, and James Mitchell walked out. All of a sudden, you came in, and it was pretty cool, man. So
yeah, it was awesome, man. I like I said, it was like, I swear to God, like 2 seconds before we went out there, they were like, nobody's getting an intro except for Mitchell and Wolfie. I was like, what? And I looked at Mitchell, I was like, what? And so, cool. It was very
was
cool.
that Scott Demore that made that call, or who else, or someone else?
And it was also Dreamer, D'Lo. They were the ones that called me on the whole thing, and yeah,
nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, especially D'Lo, because D'Lo was in the old school TNA too, man. So I remember him teaming up with Apollo back in the day. Yeah.
Yep.
And he teamed up with AJ Styles too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right. Before we get into these questions, man, you got some things to plug, man. You got some big projects, specifically one project, man. Don't you got a podcast?
Yeah, I got a podcast. It's called Live and in Color with Wolfie D. Me and my co-host Jimmy across the street, as I like to call him, and we do good, man. We've had like a ton of guests on there, like cool shit, man. And I can't thank the people that have come on. Steve Kern, I mean, just crazy people that is
Skinner.
like,
Nice.
Thanks.
Bringing Skinner in there, man. I've got to get with you, man. I'd love to bring Skinner on the show, on this show, man. That's pretty cool. How's he doing?
He's doing good, man. He just hangs out in Florida, man.
Nice. Cool, man. Let's get into these questions. Aaron is asking, do you think Nation of Domination will ever be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Man, man, it would be so cool. Yes, I wish we could, but I think that Jamie's got so much heat. I just don't know that we can do that. I don't know.
Jamie's got heat with WWE.
Oh, huge heat. He's got heat with everybody. He's got heat with me.
Didn't he no show like something that you an interview or something you're supposed to be doing last year or something like that?
And that's why I can't understand it, because man, we could do these, because retro is cool right now. Retro's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he just won't show up for these conventions and stuff. I don't know why, but he'll show up for a reunion thing in Portland, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
For what, $500? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a lot of money in these signings, though. Much more than $500 for some signings. That's for sure.
I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
Is he working just like a regular job 9 to 5 nowadays, or what?
I don't know what he's doing, man. I really don't, man. He hardly ever talks to me. It's sad, because he's like my brother, man. He really is. But I hope
he's doing well. I'm actually good friends with his dad, Bill, and
and Bill's awesome.
Oh, Bill's great. Yeah,
Bill pulling a knife on me. You know that story?
No, please share the PG version of
it. Well, I won't go too far into it, but yeah, we had just a thing. And I said, Bill, come out here and talk to me. Come out here and talk to me. He's like, all right. And he pulled a knife out of his boot.
Wow.
And stabbed it at me and shit. And Randy Hales and Doug Gilbert kind of got in between us and whatnot. But yeah, we were cool ever since then.
Oh, wow. Very interesting. Old school, man, they probably got something, some type of foreign object, so to speak, in that boot, man. So
yeah.
Royce is asking, greetings from Puerto Rico. You have won a USWA World Tag Team Championship 16 times, which 3 occasions meant the most to you? What advice do you give a person who wants to be a wrestler?
Say that again. What means the most?
Which 3 occasions out of the 16? Just what 3 on top from the top of your head sticks out the most?
Man, we did. Hold on, sorry. We did so much shit with Rock and Roll and Tommy and Doug. God, it was so good, man. And the houses just grew. They grew. It was so good. But Tommy and Doug taught me how to work. Rock and Roll taught me how to drew money. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. What advice do you give a person who wants to be a wrestler?
Man, this day and age, I don't know. It's different now. I was lucky, man. I was very lucky to go out there each night, 6 nights a week, and wrestle Danny Davis, the guy that, made OVW. And this guy would just he would flip me, and as I'm going past him, he would say, do this. Boom, 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 boom. It was just, and I'd come back and I'd throw up sometimes. I was a 19-year-old kid, and he would blow me up so bad. But that's just how good he was. That's how good he was.
Yeah, very nice. AJ is asking, did you never have a singles match with Chris Benoit in ECW? What do you think about his passing?
No, never worked Benoit. Never worked Benoit. I was around him a couple of times, but no, never worked him.
Now, y'all had a tag title match against the Dudley Boys, right?
Yes.
What did Heyman see in PG-13 from WWE? And I'm interested in knowing, even before that, what was it like? Who made the call to split, PG-13 from the nation?
Okay, so if we're going back to the Hardcore Heaven 97, I hated that match. I absolutely hated it. And I'll tell you why. They wanted to do all of our spots. And I was like, what? I mean, we wrestled Mikey Whipwreck and Spike Dudley like all the time. The Eliminators, boom, 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 whatever. Then we go to Fort Lauderdale for the what was it called? Hardcore Heaven 97. I hated it because they wanted us to come out there and be the baby faces. And we made it work, but Bubba and I'm not sure whose idea it was, but I couldn't stand it. It was like, why are y'all doing our spots?
You didn't like playing the heel? I mean, you didn't like playing the baby face?
Huh?
You didn't like playing the baby face in that match?
I didn't mind playing the baby face, but we were heels all the time, and then they were doing our spots. If you watch the match, it's like, what? Why are they doing this? What? I don't know.
But do you think that was intentional from Bubba and Devon?
I don't know whose idea it was. I really don't. I really, really, really don't know whose idea it was, but I hated it. I hated it. But
how was it working with Heyman?
With who?
Heyman.
I mean, we had to sit there all night and wait for our money. That was the thing. But man, Tracy Smothers was our guy. Nice. And he brought us up there, and Candido was our guy. He brought us up there. And we did that, but it was like every night I had to sit there and wait. Dude, where's my money? Where's my money?
And he would do a typical Paul Heyman speech and, give you a really good pep talk and then just kind of buy time before he gets the money. Is that typically does?
Buy time, but we'd sit there all night and I wasn't going to go anywhere, give me my money.
Deservedly so. I mean, you're helping them draw money in the house and, get your money. Didn't do it for free. That's for sure. Leonard is asking, were you part of Ric Flair's last match? Were you in the pay-per-view? Yeah, Leonard is asking that. Any cool backstage story from the event?
It was just very awesome, man. I'm gonna tell people, like, I went outside. I walked outside to the side of the ring. I wanted to watch it. I did not want to watch it on the camera, where there was no audio or anything like that. So I walked outside. I wanted to see what the people were feeling. And I'm telling you, man, that was the coolest fucking thing, man, because I watched wrestling at the Municipal Auditorium. I was a Nashville kid, right? Mm-hmm. And I walked out there, and me and Rey Mysterio sat there next to each other, and it was just electric. He walked out, he did his thing, and Jeff, oh my God, Jeff.
That was great. He did a great job.
Fucking great heel, man. And just the whole match, it was great, man. It was great. And you just had to be there. if you watched it on pay-per-view, maybe not the same. Maybe not the same thing. I don't know. But if you were there in that arena, man, it was crazy. It was just like I could feel the people, and that's what I love, man. That's what I love.
Absolutely.
As being a wrestler and you know, a Nashville guy, and you know, in that arena, I've worked there a couple times. God, it was electric, man. It was electric, man. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter because, yeah, his chops look slow. They look slow as fuck. But guess what? Every time he hit somebody, the crowd went, woo, woo, woo. And I don't care whether you passed out or, you know, whatever. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. You just had to be there.
Nice. Thoughts on CM Punk's attitude? The recent reports about his attitude. How was it working with him in 2003?
I thought that he was. I mean, he was good. I mean, you know, we did that thing in TNA.
The Gathering.
Yep. See that, like, he was like this great guy or whatever. He was a good worker. He was a good worker, very good worker. But I just didn't see it.
You didn't see what, money in him at the time, or what?
No, I didn't see money in him. I really did. And that's the thing, is I did not watch wrestling after that.
Okay.
So maybe he was that good, but I just didn't see it. I don't know.
What was it about it that you know, in 2003 in TNA that you didn't see money in?
I just thought. I mean, he was a good wrestler. Like, man, I don't know how to say it. I mean,
he was with De Niro at the time, right? Julio De Niro.
You what?
He was with Julio De Niro at the time, right?
Yeah, Julio and Raven,
yeah.
Me, and I think Sin
Bodie, yep.
Yeah. And we had good matches, man, but I just did not see it. You know what I'm saying? He was a good worker, but what everybody says about how he is or whatever, I don't know. I just didn't see it at that point.
Well, how was he? Did he like speak up for himself a lot? Was he just kind of, you know, a sponge? You know, like what was his demeanor like, you know, 20 years ago?
Man, I just remember him and Teddy Hart getting in a fight down at the what they call it, the
fairgrounds. Nashville Fairgrounds at the time.
It was right down the road where we all used to eat. I can't remember what the name.
Oh, like a Waffle House or something like that.
Yeah,
or Denny's or something like that.
Yeah. They got a slap fight, and it was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, well, yeah. If CM Punk versus Teddy Hart shoot fight, you know, that's those are two very strong personalities, so it definitely doesn't surprise me one bit.
And I remember, like, Teddy, man, I just don't know about that guy. He was a good worker too, but I went to Applebee's, me, him, Kid Cash, and Kid Cash's girlfriend at the time, Trinity, maybe. And this dude, he's got his like shirt off. He's got his shirt off. He's sitting in the Applebee's. And it's just like,
oh wow.
Come on.
I've met Teddy Hart twice actually. I've interviewed him once live, and I've talked to him backstage before at an event when I was doing media, and he was just super nice to me, man. I actually was,
but at the same time,
yeah.
I just don't know, man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was interesting because it was me and it was him and I. It was like this indie show. And it was like this high school gym, it was like a high school auditorium, and then
Yeah.
it had a little rinky dink gym. And then before I was doing media, I was lifting, and then Teddy Hart was there lifting too. I think he was with his girl, I think. And I came up to him. I was like, I'm doing media for such and such, and uh, asked him for an interview. And he's like, "Yeah, man, you look like you should be you wrestling too, man. You're pretty buff." I was like, "Thanks, man." He was super nice to me. I interviewed him, and he was super cordial and very, very nice guy to me, man. So I know that Teddy Hart has a lot of heat, man, throughout the years, but personal experience with me, I mean, he was super respectful to me. So
Yeah, I mean, he's cool, but then I just saw this part about him. I was like, come on, man.
yeah, there's certain people who's like really, really cool, and then they become like a really big hothead, like when they get upset about something. What I mean? From what I've heard, I know a lot of people in the wrestling business, and a lot of people do say, describe Teddy Hart as that. But yeah, as far as my experience with Teddy, it was very positive. But
Yeah,
we shall see. What is he up to nowadays? Have you talked to him lately?
I
I know that
haven't.
he was in trouble with the law recently, like a couple of years ago
I
or something like that.
yeah, man. No,
Yeah,
I ain't
hope he's
talking.
doing okay. Kartik is asking thoughts on Vince McMahon's retirement and Triple H taking over WWE Creative.
I think that is a really good idea because Hunter's very cool at he knows what he's doing. And think about it. He's bringing back DX, man. He's bringing back DX. And I'm not going to lie. I love Road Dogg. That's my boy. Man, I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
Should be interesting. Yeah. Kartik is also asking, was Ahmed Johnson's reputation of being a reckless worker true in your opinion?
Oh, my God. If you'll watch, what was it? Royal Rumble, I think. I asked him, let's do something, boom, boom, boom. And he was so blowed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at that time, I'm what, 250? I'm not even 250. I'm 212, maybe. He was so blowed up. And he pushed me like this. He pushed me like this. That's the easy part, right?
Yeah.
This is the hard part, to push your body up.
Your crotch area.
And so he was supposed to throw me over the top rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
And thank God, D-Lo, bless his heart, he was right there to catch me. And Ahmed threw me, and he couldn't, like, it was like this. It was like this. And he threw me, and my feet caught the top rope. And I tumbled. And thank God D-Lo was there to catch me.
Mm-hmm. D-Lo to save the day, man.
Yeah, he did. And then also, I'll tell you another story is that, okay, you remember the WrestleMania thing where Animal had Jamie on his shoulders. I was on Ahmed's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Hawk comes off with the double clothesline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Animal knew how to do it. Boom.
Yeah.
Throw. Fucking Ahmed did not know how to do that. And I fucking landed on my head, man.
My guy, man. how did you get concussed after that or no? Were you okay?
No, I didn't get cussed or anything, but it was just like, Jesus, dude, come on.
Wow. Ooh. So he just didn't care or what? Like was he just
Nah, he was just
reckless
reckless.
on purpose?
Reckless, man. He was so reckless. Very cool dude. I liked Ahmed, but when it came to taking care of me, he never did.
Yikes. Well, my guy, let them know once again about what you got going on in all your endeavors, man.
Yeah, man. Live and in color with Wolfie D. You can catch it on any podcast, whatever. We're there.
Live and in color.
Live and in color, Wolfie
Live
D.
in color with Wolfie D. Very nice, man. You doing any conventions or any appearances coming up lately?
I've got Ron coming up this next week.
We're at. It's a live show, man. So plug away. There might be some people who live, your neck of the woods, man.
Virginia. And,
what part?
I'll be there.
What part of Virginia?
I don't know the address.
Do you have it on your socials at all?
Yes, at Live Wolfie D.
Okay. Let me give you some pub, man. See what,
at Live Wolfie D. That's all my stuff at Live Wolfie D.
Let's see if I can find it on let's see, Live in color. Okay. Oh, Jerry Lynn. Very nice. You brought Jerry Lynn on the show. Pretty cool.
I would say Road Dogg was we had a 2-part with him.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I see. Road Dogg. Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Live and in color with Wolfie D. Follow him at Live Wolfie D. Man, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show, man.
Hey, thank you.
All right, my pleasure, man. This Wolfie D. I'm Dr. Chris. This is Unscripted with Dr. Chris and SK Nation. Have a great night. Solo.